All right, so an unsimplified algebraic expression, if you will, when you have written your response, if you will show it to your team so we can all compare it and see if you agree. Don't erase it when you finish, just leave it there. Yeah. Up here. Aye. By the puns. All right, share it when you've done it with your group. See if you agree. Yeah, leave it on there. All right, team leader, will you make sure that your group discusses what it is? I'm going to give you 1 minute. Listen to my directions. Team leader, you're facilitating. Make sure that a discussion is had in the group that everybody understands what we mean by unsimplified algebraic expression. All 3 words mean something. Natalia, don't do that. That scratches the board. Okay, don't. Hey guys, only erase with the eraser, not your hands or not the edge of the tip of the eraser or the marker because it scratches the board. Okay? All right, go ahead, team leaders. Start the discussion.
Is when the terms or like together. I see. No, not just like agnet. The answer would be. He said. He asked that. He said to answer like he said to say what unsimplified was unsimplified. It's not in the expression because there's no equation.
Okay, well, a expression where there are more than one of the same variables in one expression.
Hey, in 10,
It's an expression because it doesn't have a
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So when you use the word unsimplified, Josiah, what does that mean versus some other kind of expression? That's probably the hardest of the 3 words. What does it mean, unsimplified? Sure, but what does simplified mean? What have you done if you simplify the problem? Okay, lowered terms, like if you've got 22 and 11x, 2 can break into both of those, right? All right. What about on number 2 up there? That's not a simplified expression, right? 4x plus 3 plus 3x plus 1. An unsimplified expression also has like terms not together. It could have like terms that are not together. Write that in your notes. Write that in your notes. Look here. That term and that term can go together. The 4x and the 3x can become 7x. So that makes it not simplified. It's like having a pocket full of change that you pour out on a table, and you don't have all the quarters together, all the nickels together, all the dimes together, right? So you haven't grouped everything by their kind. Okay, no doodling. Liam, stop. All right, so that means it's not simplified. If it were simplified, all the X stuff would all be together, right? All the constants would all be together as a group. So in other words, plus 3 and plus 1 should just be plus 4, right? 4x and 3x should be 7x, right? Why am I adding all those terms? Why would I be adding all those terms? Lincoln? To simplify the expression. But why am I adding them, not multiplying them? Because there's addition. It's addition up there, right? There's no multiplication there. Right. Now you're going, well, yeah, there is the coefficients. Yeah. But 4 times x and 3 times x is the same as 7 times x, right? Right? Yeah. All right, number 2. Number 2, if you will erase your board and write the expression as it is on the board for number 2. And then I would like you to put a box around like terms and a circle around other like terms. There. So in other words, in number 2, that expression, there are 2 kinds of like terms. Put a box around one kind of term, put a circle around the other kind of term. So would we agree the 2 kinds of terms that I'm using here would be the x's, or variables, or coefficients? So the variables, the other kind of like terms are the constants, right? All right, who put a circle around or a box around the 3 and the 1 that's the same circle or a box? You said the 3 and the 1 are like terms, they're constants. Who put the same kind of marking around the 3x and the 4x, a circle or a square? That would be correct. All right, because they are. Okay, so on your expression that you have there, will you label the 2 that you marked as the 4x and 3x, if you put a square or a circle, will you put above one of those that the square would represent the variable / coefficient? So in other words, you're making a key to your board. If you have any stray doodling on there, erase it. And I need you to label your like terms where you got your variables / coefficients labeled, and you got your constants labeled as such. Once you've done that, I need you to send me that photo of your board. That would answer all of those questions up through number 5. Don't assume anything. Make sure you say everything that you need to say there. In other words, if you put boxes around the 4x and 3x, you need to say boxes on there are my variables / coefficients. If you have a circle or a square around the two numbers, you say those are my like terms called constants. All right, once you have snapped that photo and sent it to me, erase your board and be ready for number 6 by writing down that expression. So here's the thing. If you miss any of these on the exit ticket that we did yesterday, this is your redo time to show me that you now understand what you did wrong. Right? So here are my directions again. Once you send me that photo, erase your board. I need you to copy the expression in number 6 onto your board. That would be this right here. Send me that. Once you send me that, I need to erase number 6. So again, on your board now, send me the photo. You're writing only on your board the expression that's on number 6 up there. Just write the expression, 7x plus 8 plus x. Seven x plus 8 plus x. Right, number 6 expression. All right, so 6a asks you to simplify. Will you go ahead now and put on there A, simplify, draw an arrow, and write your simplification of that expression. So now you're including 6a on your board. I need you to write the word simplify, draw an arrow, and then simplify it, just like on the screen on your board. Okay, Liam, part A. Go and write part A on your board. Part A on your board. So in simplifying 6a, that expression, I need to group like terms, correct? That means I need all the x's gathered together. So 7x and x becomes 8x, right? Yeah. I got 7 of these mystery envelopes. Oh, there's one more mystery envelope. Oh, I've got 8 mystery envelopes. 8 unknowns. All have the same value in this problem. And I've got a constant of 8, correct? So when I simplify it, I simply have 8x plus 8. Stop. 8x plus 8. Okay? Which brings us to part B. In part B, if you'll write B, factor, let's factor out 8x plus 8. Is there a common factor that I can go and simplify both the variable and the constant with? And the answer is yes. 2. You're going to hold the phone. 4. Hold the phone again. No, 8. We want 8. We always want to use the greatest common factor. So let's simplify. We did. Let's factor now by dividing 8 into both the coefficient part and the constant part, and show that with distributive property. Showing that with distributive properties. That means 8 in parentheses. Fallon, 8 divided into 8x is what? 1x. That's exactly right. So x. So you don't ever have to put the 1 with the x, you just say x. Right? So, reminder, Fallon was exactly 100% right. 1x, but I just write x. 1x, x is assumed that's 1x. You're like, oh, there's an x. There's one of them. You don't have to write the 1. And Fallon, I am looking over people's shoulders that don't have it correctly done. Hey, Fallon. So 8 goes into 8x, 1x, or x. 8 goes into 8, Fallon, 1 time. So that's plus 1. So on your marker board, you have 8, parentheses, x plus 1. See how quickly you can make a simple mistake? I'm looking all over the room at people who did not remember I have to do the distributive property through both parts. And it's people who I know you know, but you made a simple mistake. See how easy it is? Because I do it. Everybody does it. You have to watch what you're doing. Pay close attention. All right. Last but not least, let's solve now. If we now know those mystery envelopes have $2 in each one of them, tell me how much is all of that expression worth. So sub in 2 for all the x's. So wherever you see an x, you put a 2 and work the problem. What you All right, on part C, I need you to show me the steps on your board. If you don't have the steps shown, will you please show me the steps? And then if you'll send me that photo of all of part 6. Send me a photo of all of part 6. Come on, Butterfingers. Again, send me a photo of number 6 in its entirety, the whole thing. Please. All right, once you have sent me that, if you will please go to page 491. 491 in your book. Erase it, yeah. Once you send me the photo, erase it. Go to page 491. And I would like for you to pick 3 at the bottom of the page. So if you're not finished, I need you to stop and look and listen so you know what to do when you do finish. So if you'll look on page 491 in your book, even if you didn't get the photo sent yet, so that you're not finishing sending the photo and they don't hear the directions. Okay, 491. See the bottom, number 27 through 32? I want you to pick 3, any of the 3, and I want you to put those 3 on your board, and I want you to write the problem, and I want you to use the sugar property to factor it. That would be doing this part, right? That's doing this. So again, 491, 27 to 32, pick any 3. Be sure you don't put them 1, 2, 3. Label them as what they are in the book, right? Problem and the factored result. And then send me that photo. And once you've done that, you may close your math book. And you're finished. Okay, so you can write them out on your board. Doesn't matter if you've already done them, we're still practicing. There's practice. Again, talking 27 to 32, pick 3. Again, once you pick 3, you write the problem and the factored response. Send me a photo of that. Close up your math. Wipe your marker board down. Marker board back on the stool. Markers wherever they need to be. If you want to also put it in your book, that's fine. You don't have to. I would, but you don't have to. It's up to you.
entered it twice, and so now wrong. So a third time, it's gonna lock us out. So I just didn't wanna try it a third time because I didn't wanna lock him out or me or anybody else. So I mean,
That's way too long.
well, it's too long for me. Well, I know, it worked for me several times, but this last go around, because I have to enter it more than once. And so this last go around, I entered it, it was wrong. I entered it again slowly, it was still wrong. I know, I knew you could do it. It's just,
You do it.
yeah, you do it all the time, so that's why I'm bringing it to you.
You still have your marker board and you wrap up and turn it back in. Markers, erasers, where they need to be.
Okay, so now let me,
I can change it.
no, that's okay.
We'll go back.